Good evening, checking in. Hope you're having a great week. This is something different than what I normally share. Just want to give a buzz to people making efforts to free these children. Okay, the children that are being trafficked. And, we're all children at heart at some point, whether we say we are or not. And it's a way to live life. God says that we need to come to Him with a childlike heart, childlike faith, and just experience life as a child. Just opening up our eyes, being adventurous. And there's so much that happens in between. Seems like the older we get, we lose sight of that, and we don't necessarily celebrate in childlike. Back to the child trafficking. This is on a very, very serious note. And I'm saying this because I'm so impressed, and it's a small milestone of where it can be for these children. Okay, this past weekend I was at an airport, or airports, I should say. And in the stalls, I saw the signs of the trafficked children. I can put it up here. They look like this. So these signs or plastic posters on the door just gave a hotline. Said if you see these signs, they may be trafficked children. Da 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 da. So I think it's so great, and it's such a landmark because there's so many children in bondage. So many. There was on Patrick Humphrey's YouTube channel a few weeks ago, and it was about maybe a week after President Trump freed all those, I shouldn't say all, but a lot of people from Gaza. Okay, I know someone who prayed every single day virtually that they would be free. And when I saw that, I was just amazed. I was elated that on Patrick Humphrey's channel, there were about at least 820,000 children, 820,000 or more children that were sex trafficked, just freed. Okay, President Trump did this, it might have been in his first week, at least first month in office. I mean, people have said he's done more in his time, first few weeks, than 4 years of Biden. Well, people, what do you think? Why do you think that Biden and the administration didn't do anything? Because they didn't want to. They have their agenda. They had their plan purposely. They wanted to keep these children in bondage, okay? And there's been funding so that they would stay in bondage. All these tunnels, everything. And I don't know if this episode's going to be taken down. I'm speaking up for the children, and I want to see more children be freed. Be freed. The most we've been stuck in bondage, it seems like, I mean, we think it's a big deal if we've been snowed in and a couple days we're in the house and we have this cabin fever or ice storm, or maybe your car has been being repaired and you don't have any access to your car for several days, due to the repair. That's nothing. That's nothing in being in bondage. These children, for months, a year, years, they've been in bondage. They've been held doing something very uncomfortable. The children, they don't have the capacity to be in that. That's for adults to experience. that kind of relationship, that kind of enactment. That's totally for adults. And, you know, it messes up childhoods, it messes up their minds, and, you know, and then it sets course for their life, because here it is, they're dealing with something that should have never happened to them. Instead of dealing with happy things and child activities and things like that, they have to be confronted by something, and emotional baggage, even physical baggage, for the rest of their lives. And you know, it's not to say God cannot heal them. I'm just saying I want to see more, especially in America. And how messed up is that? That America would be the #1 supporter for child sex trafficking. I mean, all the porn, all the movies, all the media, and this insatiable appetite to support this. I mean, why not go back to families? Why not? And that's God's intention. The nuclear family, especially to nurture, to be there for each other, to develop, and even in marriages, right? So, and not to keep going outside of that to get your fulfillment, to, you know, to just have this lifestyle or habits. So I just want to say that I was really taken that finally that there's these notices that people can be awakened, because there's so many people, especially in the US. You talk about this topic of sex trafficking among children, and it could start as small. It could start as small as 5 years old, maybe, or, you know, 7. I mean, that's like, they're still babies. They're still in development. It's just pitiful. We've got to put a stop to these habits of the Americans. Okay, I don't want to say all American men, because that's not true. It could be the women too. It's not right. It's very twisted. It's extremely twisted to feed that, especially preying on children. Okay, I want to make several celebrities. One is Mira Sorvino. She's a big supporter of stopping and freeing these children that are being sex slaved. So you can go on her Instagram, her social media, and find out her programs to help. The other celebrities are Tim Tebow and Demi Tebow. I have maybe one more chapter left in Demi Tebow's book, The Crown That Will Last. I believe that's the book. So while I was away, I got to read in that, and it was just amazing. They're doing phenomenal things as a couple to prevent child trafficking and bringing awareness and raising funds so that they can free these children. Okay. The other I want to mention is A21. It's a Christian group, and they've been around at least several years. I had gone to a service, and the woman, she was Australian at the time. I don't know if she's still head of the organization. She headed up about trafficking, and, you know, we heard testimonials about the girls that came out of this. Somehow they were rescued. You know, God had his mercy and rescued these girls. They got help. They came to know the Lord, most of all. So, if anything, these are just a few that you'll want to check into and support them. You know, pray about these girls, and guys are getting forced into this too, and especially with the economy getting more difficult. the girls are getting enticed to doing this, especially by their parents. So we got to fight on this and just keep that we can have victory bringing these children away from all this mess. The last person I'm going to mention is Lois Vogel Sharp, and she's with King of Kings Ministry. Her and her husband Gary. I saw from a couple days ago she made reference about the children being sex trafficked, and there were at least 330,000 or something like that. She said that were free, but there are so many more that are in bondage that we don't even know about. These children really need our help. They need our prayers. They need us to stand up, sign petitions to the government, and whatever it's going to take to get these children freed. Okay, there's children that aren't even counted for, and they're in bondage. They have no idea how to get out. And a lot of these children are even in the U.S. People are hiding them, as we know, in basements, just anywhere. I just want to say, in light of this, that it starts, everything starts with a spark. And I'm just really happy. I'm so happy. I never thought I'd be that happy to see a poster or something behind a stall. But I'm really glad that there's more awareness, because so many people are in the dark about what's happening with these children. Okay, and the dark side and everything. So, it's the Lord's will that these children will be freed. And America's turning around in so many facets for the better, including these children. So we want to applaud all the efforts of everyone getting these children free.